It's me, David Stark, and I'm here to talk to you about the Super Mario Brothers movie. Hey everyone, this is David Stark from Watcher Pass, and I'm here to talk to you about the Super Mario Brothers movie, which is coming to theaters on April 5th, 2023. It is a new animated Super Mario Brothers movie from Illumination, the people that did the Minions and a bunch of other movies, but mostly the Minions. It is the best Super Mario Brothers movie that's come out, but there is not much of a competition. Now look, my hot take is, and this is actually paining me to say, I think you should rent it. It has a lot that I loved. I loved the animation. I loved the references. I loved the music. It had like Mario music, but orchestral. But that being said, I loved everything about this movie except the movie. The story is kind of a mess. It is all over the place. It seems like just kind of one jump from one reference to another without really that much of a, I don't know, coherent through line. Like stuff just happens randomly, and I didn't enjoy the story as much as I was expecting. Look, it's got all the Mario references you would want. It has Nintendo references. It's got a ton of really great things for lovers of Mario. But if you're going to this and you want a story that kind of like follows a through line, I would go elsewhere. So I'm gonna tell you a little more about the film, a few things I liked, a few things I didn't like, briefly touch on the ending. So as you can imagine, there will be some spoilers in the ending section. I will let you know when I get to that part, and I will keep it vague before that. So you can feel free to watch, and I will let you know when you should turn it off if you don't want to know what happens in this movie. So in the Super Mario Brothers movie, you have Mario and his brother Luigi. They are in Brooklyn. They are in, I guess, the quote unquote real world. They are in New York. They are plumbers, and they are doing the plumbing thing. They are trying to start a business. They have these ridiculous outfits and this kind of like funny voice over for their business. They're trying to like differentiate themselves, so they put on these like overalls with bright colors. They go with like a very Italian accent for their commercials to try to like get noticed, and they're just trying to be plumbers. But a kind of chance encounter with a broken water main causes them to discover this strange pipe that sucks them into this weird world called the Mushroom Kingdom, and that is where we meet all of our kind of traditional Mario friends and enemies and go on a crazy adventure to stop Bowser from taking over the Mushroom Kingdom. So, things I liked about this movie. The first, the animation. This is an Illumination film. The animation is going to be amazing, and it is amazing. It is wonderful. It has the Mario style. It has bright colors. The Mushroom Kingdom just looks fantastic. They have done it all up in gorgeous, gorgeous animation that really kind of captures the look and feel of the Mario games. Even just little things like Mario, like the Mario clothing, like their clothing looks fantastic. The hair looks amazing. Everything about this animation is just your childhood reimagined in 3D, and it is fantastic to see. It is bright, beautiful, wonderful. I loved the animation. I loved everything from the very start to the very end, at least as far as the look of this movie went. The second thing I loved is the music. Like the music has that kind of Mario score, but they've upgraded it for the big screen. It now has like some orchestral notes. It's like, the Mario music that you know and love, redone for an orchestra and then kind of like dialed up with the drama of the movie. It is great because you'll have these kind of references. There will be something that happens and you'll hear the song that sounds like the song that you remember from the games, but it is tweaked just slightly so it has that kind of bigger, bolder, more full feeling, and I loved it. I loved every time I heard a song I recognized, and I love the way that they kind of tweaked it for that. And the third thing I really loved is they kind of dial up the dread for this. Bowser is supposed to be this big, powerful enemy, but I think in the games he has kind of almost become a joke at times because he kind of constantly is doing the same thing and always getting beaten by Mario. But in this one, they really do a good job, especially at the start, of making him feel like a powerful ruler of this world. He has like an army of Koopa Troopas that do exactly what he wants in military formation. He looks big and powerful and like takes down kingdoms. They do a really good job of kind of making him seem like a powerful foe that is worthy of kind of the fear of the Mushroom Kingdom. And the last thing I loved are the references. There are so many references in this to Mario, to Nintendo in general, to kind of gaming. So like all the Mario games kind of make an appearance in one way or another. They have other Nintendo properties. They've got posters from various games. They've got gameplay from some games in the areas. They've got tons of references to gaming in general. They even have the original voice of Mario, Charles Martinet, He makes an appearance a couple times in this film, and that was awesome to see. I love the kind of the reverence that was taken with building this world and making sure there was tons of things for fans of gaming to recognize. So, a lot I loved. I loved a lot about this movie. What didn't I like? Well, the story. The story is kind of ridiculous. It really, I don't know, just doesn't make sense. It doesn't really have a solid through line. It feels like they just kind of like hit highlights of various Mario games to try to get that nostalgia thing in there without, I don't know, really kind of making it all make sense. Look, it's a Mario game. It's not going to make sense, but I wanted a story that kind of has a stronger base and like, I don't know, built more. It feels like you go from like, oh look, this is now we have a 2D Mario scene, and like, oh, now we're in Mario Kart, and look, the Rainbow Road is here. Why? Who cares? And then, oh, now something else happens and we're transported over here. It felt very disjointed and it didn't feel like there was much of a connection other than set pieces from various Marios. And that's probably fine for most people. I didn't like it a lot. I really wanted something kind of stronger story-wise to kind of connect all the things that I would love seeing on the screen. The second thing I didn't love as much is some of the character animations aren't that great. I really noticed this when we first met Peach. Something about the way that her character was like moving, or maybe it was her eyes. Something about it just looked off. And I know it's an animated character, but they do a really good job with Mario and Luigi, kind of translating them into this world. But Peach kind of looked just a little bit off when she was talking. It didn't really feel natural. I don't know. There's something weird about it. And given that all the other animation was so phenomenal, it really kind of shocked me that there was something off there. Maybe I was just kind of looking too much into it and I was being too critical, but it definitely was something that kind of like, I put it in my notes as this looks strange. So that is the Super Mario Brothers movie. It's coming to theaters on April 5th, 2023. So you can check it out then. Look, it's got plenty of nostalgia cred. It's got tons of references. It's beautifully animated. If you just want to see a bunch of cool Mario stuff on the big screen, you'll probably enjoy it. But for me, I wanted something a little bit stronger in terms of the story. It kind of, I wish they would have maybe spaced out some of the references for later films or other sequences and really tried to connect them rather than just be like, oh, boom, now we're in this, now we're in this, now we're in this. So, but hey, you know what? Check it out. Let me know what you think. Let me know if I'm wrong. But that is the Super Mario Brothers movie. I'm going to go briefly into the ending, just kind of talk about how random this is. So if you don't want to know what happens, I would turn it off now. There will be spoilers. So, like I said, Mario and his brother Luigi are drawn into the Mushroom Kingdom. But when they are going there, Luigi gets veered off to the, I guess, the Badlands, the Bowser area, and Mario goes to Mushroom Kingdom. Now, Mario makes his way in. He somehow manages to get to the Princess Peach because he randomly meets Toad. Toad takes him to Princess Peach. He like barges into the castle. He's running from the guards. And he's like, you have to take me with you to save my brother. And she's like, okay, which again felt really strange. This like random person infiltrates her castle, is running from the guards, and she's just like, all right, cool, but we have to save the world from Bowser, so we got to go now. And then she spends a day kind of training him on how to be like a Mario person, how to use power-ups and things like that. Again, this one of those things that was just like kind of frustrating because it was like there was this threat and this imminent danger, and then she's like, here, now I'm gonna have you go through this obstacle course and learn how to use power-ups, and it's gonna take a day, and the whole point is just to kind of like have a 2D side-scrolling Mario type adventure. So while this is happening, Luigi got captured when he got to the Badlands and taken to Bowser. So Mario's with Peach, Luigi is with Bowser. Bowser throws Luigi into a kind of dungeon with some other Mario characters. Most notably, there's a character from Super Mario Galaxy, a Lumily, that is kind of really, really fun. He says ridiculous things. He's very emo. He was a fun little addition. He just had little clips here and there. But Mario and Peach go to the Donkey Kong Kingdom to try to recruit the Donkey Kong people to help fight Bowser. And when they do, they try to convince him, but Mario then has to fight Donkey Kong to get them to convince them. And again, it's a very random. They're like, hey, come help us. They're like, no, you have to fight us. And so Mario does. Mario wins using the power of the cat suit. So after Mario beats Donkey Kong, everyone gets into a cart, a Mario Kart. You gotta have a Mario Kart reference. And they, I think, drive on to go help defend the Mushroom Kingdom against Koopa. And while they're driving over, They, for some reason, get on the Rainbow Road because you have to have a Rainbow Road reference. It is a beautiful Rainbow Road. I will give them that. It is a lovely, lovely Rainbow Road. So they're driving along the Rainbow Road, but Bowser in his flying fortress, I guess, sees them and sends his own Koopa troops in their own cart to attack them. So now we have a fight on the Rainbow Road, and during the fight, some things are dropped on the road. It shatters. Mario and Donkey Kong fall through the Rainbow Road into the ocean, where they are swallowed by an eel, I guess, or a giant fish at least. Peach and Toad are not swallowed by a giant fish, but they try to fight Bowser and aren't successful. Bowser easily beats them, and then Bowser asks Peach to marry him because that was his whole plan all along. He wants Peach to marry him, which I guess that makes sense. I mean, Bowser keeps kidnapping Peach throughout the game to try to get her to marry him, so that kind of fits with the Mario story. She says no, and then he starts kind of using magic to torture Toad, and she says, fine, fine, fine. If you don't torture my mushrooms, I will marry you. So Peach is going to marry Bowser. Mario and Donkey Kong are inside a fish. So now it is the big wedding day, and Peach and Bowser are going to get married, and Bowser, in this time, is going to give his bride a beautiful gesture. He's going to sacrifice all of his prisoners, including Luigi, and including our Lumali, who I really liked, and some other characters, Cranky Kong, etc. And so they start getting lowered into a lava pit during the ceremony. Peach is like, no, there's no way I was going to marry you. She pulls out a blue flower, ice flower from her bouquet, uses that power, powers up, and then starts throwing ice balls to kind of stop this. She's able to stop the descent. She's able to freeze Bowser for a little bit and fight off a bunch of the enemies. But unfortunately, the ice on the kind of device that's lowering the prisoners breaks and they keep going down. But luckily, Mario and Donkey Kong are able to escape from the fish because there is a like engine thing that they start up. It shoots some smoke, and they whoosh. The fish like doesn't like it. He spits them out. They fly over on this like engine rocket to help fight Bowser. Donkey Kong gets there just in time to stop the thing from falling, and he stops it before everyone dies and pulls it back so that all the prisoners are alive. Yay! But unfortunately for everyone, Bowser's able to break through the ice and then yells like to fire the bullet bomb. And it's this giant bullet bill bomb that gets shot off and is going to take out the Mushroom Kingdom in gigantic megaton type fashion. Obviously, our friends don't like this. Mario doesn't want this to happen, and he is now in a Tanuki suit. He's Tanuki Mario, although he doesn't use the like stone statue ability. He just uses the like flying tail ability. He distracts the bullet bill, pulls it towards a like the green pipe, and sends it through the green pipe, presumably into the real world. Which I don't know. That doesn't seem great. I mean, it's good for the Mushroom Kingdom, but doesn't seem great for like Mario's hometown. The bullet bomb bill goes into the real world, blows up, and when it's in there, it like causes a vacuum that sucks the Mushroom Kingdom folks into the real world. And again, it's all animated. It's not like you're now in like a movie version with animated characters. The entire Brooklyn area is animated as well. So you just now have like Brooklyn with Mushroom Kingdom characters. So now the Mushroom Kingdom was not destroyed, but Bowser and all of his troops are in the real world. That is not going to be good for our friends. It's not going to be good for everyone else. But everyone's a little dazed. Bowser recovers pretty quickly and starts attacking Mario for ruining his wedding. And they have like a pretty one-sided fight until Bowser knocks him into like a store where he sees their like Mario plumber commercial that's talking about saving Brooklyn. He's like, I gotta save this world. So he comes out. He decides to take on Bowser again. Now, Bowser's like big plot was he wanted to steal this like superstar that would give him the ultimate power that he could take over the Mushroom Kingdom. And he still has the star, but he hasn't used it yet. And so when Mario kind of stands up to him, Bowser's focus on him. Peach takes like a turtle shell and fires it at the star. The star bounces back, and Mario runs towards the star. Unfortunately for him, Bowser is kind of a dragon dinosaur, and he uses his fire breath against Mario. And you think, uh-oh, like, will Mario get the star? Will he not? He seems pretty far away. The fire hits, but it doesn't hurt Mario. And you look, and you see Luigi there with, like, a manhole cover preventing the fire from getting to Mario. So thankfully, Mario's safe. Luigi's safe. They kind of grab hands like good brothers do, and they run to get the star, and they get the star right when the manhole cover melts. So now they have the star power. They are invincible. They are super powerful. And this is when you have that great star music. Like, I love the music in this scene. I love kind of like animation. They kind of have this superstar power. And now they're essentially Super Saiyan brothers. They fight Bowser. They beat him up. There's like a tail throwing scene. They dominate Bowser and eventually kind of knock him out. And when he's finally knocked out, they give him a blue mushroom, like a shrinking mushroom. They shrink him down to be very small, and they throw him in a jar, and now Bowser's captured. Yay, the Mario Brothers have saved this world, and now the real world has seen them save this world. And so everyone cheers, yay, Mario Brothers, yay. And that's kind of where the movie ends. We next see Mario waking up in like an apartment. And I love this scene because he has on like his red shirt, his red like undershirt, and it has like Brooklyn on it. So you finally see what's underneath the overalls. It's like a Brooklyn shirt that's red. Puts on his overalls, he gets out, but he's in the Mushroom Kingdom. He has like his own apartment that looks like the real world, but he's in the Mushroom Kingdom. It seems like Mario and Luigi are now in the Mushroom Kingdom. They are helping out here. And they are just trying to kind of live their best life and save the Mushroom Kingdom and save them from, I guess, their plumbing nightmares and other nightmares. But they are finally kind of in a happy place. They're finally in a place that they love, and they're doing what they love. So that is a Super Mario Brothers movie. There are 2 stingers. There's one midway through the credits. Well, there's actually kind of 3 stingers. There is a little scene right at the start of the credits where the Lumily says some other cryptic thing that is funny, also a little weird. Then partway through the credits, there is a Bowser scene where Bowser sings a power ballad, but then he's still in prison. And then at the very end, there is a last stinger in the credits. It's a very, very end. It's a fantastic, fantastic scene. You zoom into the kind of like New York sewer system, and you zoom past where like the that green pipe was, and you see a little dinosaur egg that starts to crack, and then you hear Yoshi. And so it appears like there will probably be a sequel, because I assume that this movie is going to do great and it's going to make a lot of money, and they will probably have a sequel involving Yoshi. So that is the Super Mario Brothers movie. Like I said, it comes to theaters on April 5th, 2023. So I didn't love the story. I loved everything else about it except the story. I think you should ultimately rent it. But hey, you know what? Check it out. Let me know what you think. And thanks so much for watching. If you liked this review, please like and subscribe to this channel. It helps me out a lot. Make sure all my new content goes straight to you. Thank you. Most notably, there is a character from Super Mario Galaxy, a Lulushine? Shinaloo? A Lumily.